B2 軸じゃ。
ほんとじゃ。
いつの間に来たんじゃ。
おかしいね。空襲警報ならんもんね。
どうしたんだろう。
Altitude 3,600 feet.
Fixed on target. Release bomb.
Roger. Releasing bomb.
Shalom, Kahala Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kokradash. Double honors my teachers, the apostles and elders, great millstone. Peace and mercy to the elect, who were the house of David be born again in this generation. And shalom to the 130 Yasharallah, who today were known as the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, who before losing our true heritage, we were known as, and still are, the true Hebrew Israelites of the Holy Bible. Let's read this. This is Revelations 13:13. And he doth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. Now, this prophecy is talking about how the nation of Edom, which is the biblical name for the Caucasian race on earth today, how it rose to a level where it was able to create this weapon. Now, these weapons ultimately come from the Lord, right? In the scriptures, it even says that the Lord has opened his armory for this upcoming war, Right? In his armory, you'll find atomic and nuclear weapon, technology. Right? It's to us, it's one of the most advanced sciences that we have on Earth, but to the Most High, I'm sure it's nothing. The point being is that this is a technology that the nation of Edom has been able to achieve, and as you can see from this graphic, 1980s, some period, and then Japanese anime that depicted this. It was a small, from my understanding, it was a small movie that talked about the events over in Japan. And I don't know the movie, but I just seen the scene floating around online, right? And when I seen it, it made me think of the scripture, the one that said that that great dragon, he would have the ability, right, to bring, like, what did it say? It would bring fire down from heaven, right? And that ultimately is what that is, man. The mushroom cloud, right? It was even explained in here. Let's read it. This is Revelation 6:14. And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. Right? And this is ultimately talking about how when a nuclear weapon or nuclear missile, atomic missile, after its explosion and it creates that mushroom cloud, in the act of the mushroom growing into the sky, the clouds kind of fold in under themselves as a scroll would roll, right? And the video that I'm gonna put up, hopefully it demonstrates it, right? But that's what John the Revelator was seeing in here. Now, in the video that I just shown, it also depicts those same weaponry which the nation of Edom was given, right? And when you look into Edom's biblical history, one of the main blessings that Esau got, the nation of Edom that is that they would live by the sword. Right? Let's read that. Genesis 20:40. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. Right? Now, the point is this, right? By thy sword shalt thou live. Now, when you look at Esau and his characteristics that are explained in the Bible, right? It shows the type of person he is, right? He's like it says, he's a cunning hunter, right? But it also says that the Bible also refers to the nation of Edom as the wicked. Okay, so that being said, with the technology and the blessing that they were given, right? The blessing of living by the sword, meaning that their weaponry would not be able to be matched by others in the world, right? This is why when you type up hunters or weaponry, who are the people making the most guns, having the most weapons, right? Well, it's these Edomites. Not only do they own some of the biggest, weaponry factories in the world, right? Look at America's #1 export, war, right? Weapons, right? And it goes the same thing for Germany, France, UK, Israel, the Israelis. All the nation of Edom has been gifted with the weapon, with the sword, right? Their weaponry. And in doing so, because not only do they excel in this ability to come out with the most effective weapons in the world, that we know of, they also have their wickedness that they've brought into it, and what they produced was this, right? Ultimately, the Lord gave them this technology, right? Because it tells you in the scriptures that the Lord opened his armory, meaning that the weapons are going to be used in this upcoming World War III, or what the Bible refers to as Armageddon, which is the world is currently running headlong towards, that weaponry is actually from the Lord. Not that he actually made it or he had the angel golds, blacksmiths making it. No, man. He influenced through the angels. They influenced the people, like Oppenheimer, right? There's going to be a coming up movie about him, and I'm sure we're going to get a lot of great imagery, from that movie. But people like Oppenheimer, right? He was raised by and led in certain paths, as the scriptures say that the Lord directeth man's steps, right? Well, he directed people like Oppenheimer to seek after a particular schooling of knowledge, a particular discipline, and it ultimately led to him, along with a bunch of other Edomites at the Manhattan Project, to develop these nuclear weapons, which, in their full wickedness and in their one of the highest disciplines of their art, their craft, they developed the atomic missiles, right, or atomic bombs, right? Because that's what these were. The new bombs, which are even bigger now, right, 10 times bigger, they're nuclear weapons, right? So they're going to be a lot bigger. Now, this here just hit like a small, not small town, but hit a town, and that was it. The nuclear missiles of today, they could go, multiple cities, right? Again, that's just the fury of the Lord that's being unleashed upon the world. Now, the reason I bring this up is because, one, I seen this clip, and I thought a lot of you out here would find it interesting. Now, also because you've been hearing more about nuclear war, right? And I just want to repeat that nuclear war is biblical, okay? As we just read that, in that prophecy where it says he had, that he maketh fire come down from heaven, that right there is talking about a nuclear missile, right? And there's also other scriptures that talk about it, which one of the famous ones is Zechariah 14:12. And this shall be the plague wherewith Yahweh Bashim Yahushai will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Jerusalem meaning Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the Israelites. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand on their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongues shall consume away in their mouths. And what was that? It was that scene where, let's see if we can find it. There you go, right? Little kids being consumed away, their eyes being consumed away, their tongues being consumed away. That's what that is actually talking about, right? This is just like the other famous Sarah Connor scene from Terminator, right? Where she got burnt up. See, that is what this prophecy that Zechariah is talking about. See, Zechariah seen World War III. He's seen Armageddon, right? And that's the thing about the Bible. The Bible basically is a bunch of different prophets who were given visions of the same future, but they all described it a little bit differently, right? And gave different perspectives. Who knows? They were all probably showed the same event, but at different times, different perspectives. The Lord does whatever he wants. But the point being is that these prophecies make it very clear we're on the way to war. And people like this guy here, Russian TV host, threatens nuclear destruction of America. This happened back in February 28th, the end of February, right? Basically, this Russian he's kind of like a big Russian anchor over there, but he says, why do we need the world if Russia isn't there? Basically saying, and he kind of went on to boast about the Russian nuclear armament, because it's no lie that Russia has these supersonic missiles, right, which America can't defend against, and America has them now too. So the whole world is, a big powder keg. But this is just an example showing that if you got TV pundits making claims like this, right, to nuke America, and then you have FEMA, right, which is the government's disaster agency readiness group, I guess. The thing is, it says, in case of nuclear explosion, maintain social distancing and wear a mask. So see, they're actually putting out. They're talking about nuclear explosions, and why is that? Well, because they understand what is in the future, right? These elites at the very top, the ones that know the Bible, they understand that we are going to war, which is why they've all hidden away in their bunkers, underground, underwater, in the mountains, and some in space. But the thing is a lot of people don't believe, but the elites believe. That being said, the people in power know that there's going to be a nuclear war. They've obviously prepared with it, with FEMA ordering the largest order of hollow point bullets for FEMA agents, the largest amount of MREs, which are meals ready to eat. Basically, it's the survival food given to soldiers that are also given to survivors. So like I said again, we're headed for some crazy times. So let's read this. This is Romans 13:11. And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. And that's the crux of it, right? That's basically what I wanted to show this, man, because pretty soon this is going to be what everybody's, going to be talking about on the world, right? The destruction of Babylon, that Babylon, America has fallen, right? And everybody's going to be talking about how there was a UFO invasion and that they realized that it's God that came back, right? Because remember, it tells you in the scripture that when the Lord returns, every eye shall see him, right? And every knee shall bow, which means everybody's going to understand who he is, right? Not, there's not going to be people saying like, oh, it was aliens that came and attacked America. No, everybody's going to understand that the Lord is now living amongst us, and they're going to realize that the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, the Israelites, who are spoken about all throughout the Bible and who the Bible was written by, for, and to, that we were the people that the Lord has chosen to rule the world. So, and for those who, the 2/3 of our people who don't get right, don't wake up, this is what's in store for them, along with all the wicked people, right, out that are living in the world today. So hopefully this video was edifying. Until next time, I want to give all honor and glory and praises to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Dash. The honors my teachers, the apostles, the elders, the great millstone. Peace and mercy to the elect. Shalom.